Hey, what's going on, everyone? Brad here from Preeminent Practice. And today I'm going to be talking about how to select the rates you're going to be charging for your services. Now, I've seen a lot of posts, questions, people asking me, how do I set my prices for services? And I see a lot of input from other people, coaches, and other people who are practitioners and how they have assessed their rates. And most of the suggestions are okay, but realistically incomplete because they're really only looking at pricing of service from one angle. And the reality is selling and pricing your services or products really comes down to three things, and they all need to intersect together in order to have effective rates that you're going to be confident in, and obviously people are going to be able to pay as well. So the first thing is time. For example, how much time do you save someone who's been struggling with a specific issue? Let's take back pain, for example. If the person's already been going through treatments and not getting any results, it's maybe been 6 months, they've been using insurance or they're using the wrong type of treatment, the cost is always greater in time than it is the actual financial cost. Because if someone goes to an unskilled therapist or they're trying to self-treat or whatever, and it takes 5 months of time trying to figure out how to get relief and that kind of thing, and they're being in chronic pain and missing out on activities or workouts or paying for these extra appointments and commuting to them, what is that actually really worth? If you can cut down the time it takes you're able to charge more money because you're able to get the person a faster result, which means that not only do they save money not having to see people a million times, but you're also able to save them the stress and anxiety and pain that they will be going through while trying to find the solution. The next thing that we look at is skill sets. Now, people will argue all the time, well, everyone's skilled and we're all practitioners, we all have the same skill sets. And, it's just simply not true. There's a technical skill set of how well you can assess an issue, actually treat the condition. That takes experience. There's also the ability to communicate more effectively. There's great practitioners and doctors that I've worked with who are really bad at communicating with patients. As a result, their patients sometimes don't get great results, even though they have good answers, but they're not able to effectively communicate. And on the other hand, we've got people who are really good at communicators, but they are really not great at being skilled for being able to facilitate the treatment. So if you're highly skilled and get a better, longer lasting or faster result or a combination of all those, a patient is going to be more likely to pay for those skill sets. When I worked with pro athletes, they're paying for my skill sets that 99% of other practitioners don't have. And at the NFL, NHL level, these people are needing that high level because NFL, for example, they don't have guaranteed contracts, some of them, so they might lose $200,000 to $500,000, $800,000 per game if they're not able to be medically cleared and play. So people are paying for the probability of success with the desired outcome. So your skill set to communicate and your skill set also to treat are critically important here. The last thing I'm going to touch on is experience. Not all experience is equal. Like I said, I've known tons of people who are really, really good at what they do, but they're really poor communicators, or people who don't have much experience actually treating people, so they can't get the result. Having 30 years of experience doesn't mean anything if there's no application to the time and skill associated, which is why you see so many practitioners who've been in the industry for a really long period of time who are broke and empty schedules and really struggling to get patients coming in, because just doing something for a long period of time doesn't mean that you're going to be good, because there may be other aspects of your skill that we just talked about that you needed, or you need to actually focus on a different condition or whatever that may be. So the application of skills and the time equals experience to ensure that you can provide the outcomes. For me, I always guaranteed all my treatments and experience working with specific conditions, which allowed me to get faster, longer lasting results and put me in a category of my own, allowing me to charge rates $300, $400 per hour because I'm guaranteeing my treatment. I have a higher level of skill and a lot of experience in these specific things. Now, I won't treat certain conditions. I'll refer out because I don't have enough skill set or experience in those avenues. So I'll always refer them out to someone else. So all three of these sections are really critical in being able to get the outcomes results you want and in turn provide value to the service that you're giving within the industry and the local market that you're serving. Choosing a random price because it's the going rate is a critical mistake, but also choosing an amount that you want to make, but you're not able to really back up in terms of skill set or the time you put in or the experience is really going to leave you also in another disadvantaged position. This will often show up as like imposter syndrome, which is an entirely another story. We have another video for that altogether. So big thing I would say to take away from this is not necessarily setting rates on what the going rate is. You see that all the time. Oh, massage is $5, it's $50 an hour, or chiro is this, people are going to pay this rate. It's just completely erroneous. It matters more based on your skill, your experience, and also the time that you've been working in the business that you can save for someone. That's a critical thing. We're not just providing a service, but if your service can decrease that time, it's huge. Now, all of these components together are really needing to be bundled into your marketing message, your offers, and how the business gets represented within the marketplace as well. Because it's not enough just to say, hey, I have 30 years of experience and I help people with frozen shoulder. Because anyone can say that. Someone comes along and says, well, I've got 40 years experience. So what, are you out of business? No, right? So we need to create the right marketing messages, our offers related to the three things that I just went through. So obviously this is a quick, short video, but I wanted to give you guys some other insight that I found from charging. I'm charging $495 a visit now. And the other clinics that I've got were somewhere between like $295 to sort of $395 for appointments, depending on the service and that kind of thing. And we still have lots of people who are coming in and ultimately are competing in our own sort of category with that. So make sure you guys, before you're looking at increasing rates or whatever, look at what exactly are you doing for someone, your skill set, experience, and ultimately what you want to be able to make. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.